Hey guys, welcome to my website, Fun with Hydroponics. I hope you enjoy it. This is basically a photo type blog experimentation website. In the years past, I've experimented with crack key hydroponics, as you can see here, some 27-gallon bins, and I've had good success. However, there are difficulties and challenges with hydroponics, and I'm trying to find better ways to do it. Follow along and we'll learn together. Now, crack key is successful in many ways. Look at this from 2022. I was able to grow zucchini, cucumbers, tomatoes, even watermelon, as I'll show you in the next picture. Here's that watermelon plant soaking in a bin, as well as some tomatoes and some cucumbers right next to it. So what I typically do is I go ahead and start these seedlings early, maybe as soon as I get the itch to get outside, which is usually still winter here. But as early as like late March, early April, I'll start planting little seeds, and then I'll transfer them into these little net cups that I've got in these various bins in the window downstairs. And by sometime in April, they're ready to go outside. Here's early May or mid-May lettuce that I was able to already take photos of. They've been out for a week or two, and I just got out this Napa cabbage and some more growth of lettuce. Once the lettuce gets outside, it takes off. It just loves that sunshine, so much better than down in the basement dungeon. It doesn't have to just be lettuce. You can see kale in the foreground here, along with radish, some different cabbages, lots of different varieties of lettuce. So that's the beauty of hydroponics. You can try just about anything and have fun. Here I am doing some maintenance. I'm getting those hot tanks in the sun, more in the shade here, and putting more of the lettuce crops. So I'm kind of, the ones that have died, I'm trying to remove them and consolidate a little bit so I can use those full sun tanks more for fruiting plants that require a lot of sun, where lettuce likes it nice and shaded. And there's this tree over here around this fence, kind of gives it at least the afternoon west sunshade. But you can see what happens. These roots get slimy in these tanks with no pumps. And sure, it's alive, but I think it's inhibiting the growth and it's slowing it down. So I think adding oxygen, this is why I want to add oxygen to the tanks the most I can, to try it this year. See if I can get a little better aeration in these holes. This one does not have one, as you see. It's just a crack key method, the static water method with some fertilizer in it. But I want to try at least several of these tanks with air in it this year, at least for the fruiting plants, and see if we can prevent that slimy root rot look. Hey guys, just wanted to give you an update after this horrible windstorm for the last couple of days. It's still a little windy, as you see, but they survived, most of them. Some of them blew out of their holes. I tried to push them back in. Again, this is a future project, is to screw down my homemade net cups so that they don't blow out with the wind. I'm gonna have to customize some of these lids because some of them are different, unfortunately. I just planted these tomatoes from inside in the window because they're getting big. Hope they last. The lettuce is nice and green, and I'm thinking about thinning these, but maybe what I'll start with is just picking off some leaves. Thin it that way, put it in the salad, huh? These are coming along pretty good in this bin. I just planted these today from inside. We'll hope they'll bounce back. You can see how much I hate these aluminum coffee cups. They're just too lightweight. I need to get some good net cups. I'll have to 3D print some with some outer spiraling threads that kind of fit in there better. Got a tomato over here. This one's on a solar, as you see. I just got it pointing to the sun. And as you go down here, you got more lettuce. It's kind of messy, these tanks, because all the droppings from the trees now, the flowers and the buds and all that, have kind of come down on them. So that's one negative about outdoor hydroponics, is expect that you're going to have kind of a mess. That's okay, we're used to messes around here. The guy who tinkers and invents never has time to clean, it seems like. But as I mentioned before, these lids are the standard way that I've done the last 4 years. This lid here is a new way that I'm trying to see if I can prevent rain from getting in there and flooding out the air roots. Okay, and you can kind of see what's going to happen. The rain hits the top and then runs off and goes through these holes, hopefully, or the hole that has the lowest point of gravity there, probably in the back. The rain will run back toward that one and empty out. And this one is not complete, but it's hooked up to a solar and ready to go for some big boys, maybe tomatoes or cucumbers, something big in there. I've got my I haven't activated these 2 tanks yet, but I've got my experiment this year. The first time I'm using a float valve system, and this will end up being the reservoir tank, and then it'll go in here, and then it'll feed into these 2 side tanks. Try to keep it at a constant level, maybe half full or so we can get air roots and not flood them out. And of course the lids are flipped over, so hopefully the water won't leak in. Here's kind of some backup tanks that I haven't started all the way yet. I've got some spares and backups in them. Eventually the goal is, once these lettuce type crops die, I tried to put in the back one large fruiting plant that will take over as I empty out these lettuce, kale. Here's some kale, different kinds of lettuce. There's actually some radishes there. And I think over here we've got different kinds of lettuce again. There's a Boston lettuce, different kinds of kale. Back here we got a cucumber, because once we eat up this this cabbage, lettuce type foods, which usually don't do too well in the summer, we end up being stuck, hopefully, with just one big fruiting plant in the back, and maybe, you know, give a little extra water for that, and then let it go the rest of the summer until it gets to the stage where it's producing fruit. Again, here's another little cucumber in back. I'll probably put some more lettuce, or thin them out, or space them out a little bit, and kind of equal out these tanks a little with some of these lettuce. Different kinds of lettuce. Trying this one this year. Not sure what that is. I'll have to look that up, if it's like a star lettuce versus this kind of speckled romaine type lettuce. This has to be one of the toughest lettuces for outside, this speckled lettuce. Again, the star lettuce is real good, different, just something different. I don't think the Boston lettuce, these kind of lettuces, work too good. I tried the Boston lettuce. I've got some luck here, some Boston lettuce. I think it's also called butter lettuce, or butterhead lettuce, or something like that. So yeah, here's a tomato in the back. Just put that in today. Hope it takes off back there. And cucumbers and tomatoes fill up the back fence. They trellis up naturally. The fence faces west, so it kind of is sheltered from the strong west winds. Again, another tomato in the back. Let's hope those grow. I probably have to find a way to tie them up if they make it. And again, this lettuce seems to have grown much quicker. I think partly because it's in some shade here with the lilacs over it. So shade is lettuce's best friend, I think. It likes cold water. The water in the tanks is still pretty cold. This platform here that I built, see, we're on a kind of a slope, so I had to put these like pallet platforms in, kind of keep it all level. At least that way we can use the fence line here and not just kind of waste the space. This pallet though, unfortunately, kind of fell in, as you can kind of see here. So I'm going to have to take these tanks off before I put them into use this year, and we'll like even it up, try to level it up a little bit here. But constant maintenance, huh? Anyway, just wanted to give you an update on the hydro garden against the fence. And of course, we're experimenting this year with the bigger tanks over here for fruiting vegetables, but we're just kind of goofing around there at this point. We're not quite to that stage. The wind is so strong, I want to get a little bit bigger plants before I activate those. They do have pumps in them, and I'm testing out the Venturi valves up there and giving it a try. So stay tuned and we'll keep you up to date. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.